You had a lot of support for this.
Absolutely.
The letters that came in, that's why the table price is so high. We had to buy paper to print the letters that the nominations came in on, and it was impressive, though. But seriously, very deserved, and it speaks to the impact you've made in your career and to those around you. In all of these letters, your friends and colleagues were consistent in talking about your contributions to the community. What motivates you to get involved in the Lubbock community and surrounding areas?
Well, first of all, I'm the luckiest of the recipients here tonight because I get to be a Red Raider every day. I'm here in Lubbock. I'm at the university. I'm probably on campus almost every day. I do so many events here, and it just probably early on in my career, one of my very best friends and one of my very best clients was Louise Underwood, and she got me involved early on. I met her when I was 18 years old and became her personal florist and did everything for her. And of course, the Henrys are here tonight. But she got me involved in the museum and the arts, and later I helped her get what is now LUCA off the board. It was originally the Lubbock Regional Arts Center. And so I've been involved in that and a lot of the arts things here in Lubbock and on the campus. So that's how I kind of got started in it.
It was mentioned earlier you provided the table arrangements. What are in those tonight?
There's literally flowers from all over the world, and with last week with the hurricane coming strong on Miami, thank goodness it didn't hit, but most of my flowers come through Miami from other countries, from South America especially. I get a lot, and I was worried that flights wouldn't come through, trucks weren't leaving Miami, but it all worked out. But it's all a natural product. I grew up in agriculture and farming, and so I took the more artistic side to it. And but in these arrangements, we have several different kinds of roses. They're from South America, from Colombia and Ecuador, and grains and grasses. I like to incorporate lots of different natural products into all the arrangements we do, and I have a lot of great friends and clients here tonight that promote me, and I get to help them do lots of wonderful things here in town.
Well, the arrangements are beautiful. I can speak for everybody with saying that. When you began working in the industry and before you purchased your first business, turned it into Marble and Company, and my wife and I were talking about, we know exactly where that is, right off 34th and the awning. And but did you have any idea that your creativity would be on display at an event like the Oscars?
Absolutely not. I've had a love for growing things my entire life. My grandparents were farmers and gardeners, and my parents. So I grew up with a love of growing things and vegetables and flowers and on the farm, and kind of took the more artistic side, and never dreaming that that's where it would lead, just that that's what I love doing, and that I still get to do it every day, which is my greatest love.
Well, absolutely. And should also mention some of the opportunities you've had. And this is just a snippet of those, but you've put on events for President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush, the Queen of Jordan, and there are many others. Describe those experiences when you get a call, or how does that process work to get that opportunity?
Well, it depends on what it is, but a lot of my best opportunities have come through the university itself. I do many events for the university, and everybody picks out these big names and thinks those are my biggest events, my favorite events. Really, my very favorite events are things I do here in Lubbock or do for Texas Tech University itself.
So you're able to share your expertise broadly. You serve on many national, international floral boards, which speaks to your reputation, of course. That's another example of your giving back in an industry you worked in for so many years. How do those experiences drive you and motivate you?
Well, I'm fortunate because I learned from people who came before me who were leaders in the industry, and going to school at Tech here, I kind of had to pave my own way. I always wanted to be a Red Raider growing up, and I love the traditions, and I almost made the mistake of going to Texas A&M. They had a true floriculture program, so my parents took me down there between my junior and senior years of high school, and I checked it all out, looked it all over, but decided I would much rather come to Texas Tech and be a Red Raider. And my very first day of class at Texas Tech in 1980, I went to work for a man named Louis Patillo, who owned College Flowers, and I worked 40 hours a week or more and took 18 hours every semester at Tech, doing what I love in horticulture, and learned the scientific side of it here at school, and then learned the creative and artistic side working for him. And then later, after I graduated from Tech in '84, I bought the business from him. And it hasn't slowed down any since. And
Very little sleep.
very little, but I love what I do. And y'all ask everybody that's from Abilene to please stand up. I'd like for all my friends and supporters and Lubbock people, clients, family, and friends to all stand up and show them what Lubbock can do. Yes. As you can see, I have lots of great family, friends, and clients here. And the deal is most of my clients become like family and my best friends. I've been doing this for almost 40 years now. And most of my clients I've worked with for 3 generations. I know the grandparents, the people my age, and then their children. And I've done weddings, funerals, births, everything you can do for most of these families. And they have turned out to be my dearest friends and lifelong friends.
That's great. Yeah. Is there one person you can point to, maybe from your days as a student at Tech, who encouraged you or influenced you or had a significant impact on where you are now? Absolutely.
2 of my professors in horticultural sciences, Ed Zukakis, who's passed away now, he was more of a free thinker, and he knew early on that I was serious about what I was doing, probably because by the time I started school at Tech, I knew the scientific name of almost every plant in the world, because I've been studying that since I was a child, and he let me, is my mic working?
I think it.
Okay.
There we go.
We working now?
There we go.
There we go. But he encouraged me to learn more, do what I wanted, and research things on my own that they weren't teaching necessarily in the classes. And then Bob Reed, who was my advisor at Tech, and he's one of the ones who started the wine business in West Texas, Llano Estacado Winery. And I was in one of the first classes in enology and viticulture here at Tech with him, and he encouraged me a lot as well.
You had, I went through a lot of the letters that were sent on your behalf, and again, they all resonated the same thing, said in different ways. But I pulled an excerpt from a letter that I thought summed all of it up nicely, and I want to share that. On a personal note, many will never know the commitment to detail, long nights of effort, and painstaking tribulations one must commit to host a world-class event worthy of this great university. Kelly, behind the scenes, was an integral part of making our years and appreciation for this amazing institution become a realization. The spirit of Texas Tech, black and red, runs true with this genuine, caring, and loyal servant to our community, Mrs. Alan T. McGinnis.
That's
so. I think that sums it up. Very well.
My dear friend Missy and her husband, Alan McInnes, passed away a little over a year ago. He was the dean of the Rawls Business College, and he helped get the new building built, did a lot of amazing things here. But they became my very dear and personal friends while they were in Lubbock, and Missy still is. And we all went down to Alan's funeral, but they were amazing people and loved and appreciated everything I could do for them. And with Missy's enthusiasm, we did lots of great projects together.
Kelly, congratulations.
Thank you.